Okay, so today I'm going to be testing out more changes on the refactoring work for changing the UI in the block mining simulation game. So the goal is going to be to refactor how the UI prints things, because one of the big issues is that, like for example, this inventory area it's just like a static hard-coded thing, and there's it's just a fixed width, so there's no ability for like other kinds of paneling and stuff. So that's what I've been working on for a while. I didn't do too much work today. I was busy with other things, but I did a little bit of progress on it, and I will continue to refactor that for the next few streams. Unfortunately, it doesn't make for great content because the game looks, basically identical. Looks like there's nothing going on, but these are just big necessary changes that I have to do before I can actually implement the good stuff, like the help menus. And also things like pagination for the inventory, and because right now I'm at like, if I add any more block types, they're going to start overflowing the screen. Okay, there's a couple of viewers. Yeah, so what did I work on over the last few days? I released a video. I'm starting to get very much caught up on all the random stuff I've been distracted by over the past few months. The renovation work and taxes and all that kind of stuff, so. And if you watched my recent video, actually there's two packages there. I opened one of them, which was the Ukrainian printed circuit boards, Ukrainian mainframe printed circuit boards. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? I guess I published the silicon video before the last stream, but that's also another video that's been in the backlog for a while that I finally got around to doing. The views on it are fairly low. It seems, I don't know, the semiconductor content is strange because it doesn't seem to do as well as the Linux content, but yet almost currently my top video by like 2 orders of magnitude is the how to make a CPU video, and that's about semiconductors. So I would have figured that there would be more follow-over traffic, but I have noticed that some of the like really old semiconductor related videos are trending up on my channel, but it seems like I don't know, It's just maybe not enough data. Takes it's like that other the actual how to make a CPU video. It takes like 2 years for the algorithm to discover it. We're gonna have our first chatter. Porya. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Agazad. Hi, says hi there. How's it going? Welcome to the block mining simulation game testing. That was correct, actually. Oh, that's good. I've already forgotten how I pronounced it, but if I have to again, I'll hopefully get it right. So what's new with the 5 concurrent chatters that are out there tonight? Have you watched any interesting YouTube videos lately? There's a lot of really good videos on that website. I find youtube.com/SchmidOcean streams quite peaceful content, like this. Is that like nature streams of the ocean? Yeah, there's so much amazing content out there now. I remember back with 2005 or something, like that you could have a viral video on on just this, like the simplest thing, if it's just something interesting or aesthetic, because it was so rare to actually have stuff captured and uploaded. Live streams from deep sea mapping ROV. Oh, I probably saw some of those. Is that the one where they have those like really excited announcers who will they'll discover some like unknown weird creature and get super excited? And I think I saw there was one where they were exploring a brine pit, and it was like this spooky thing with they were watching some kind of animal that actually swam into the brine pool, and yeah, and the whatever creature it was, it didn't survive, and there was all kinds of like dead fish and stuff around it. It was pretty interesting. It was like, like an ocean under the ocean. Yeah, that would be it'd be cool if we had more. It'd be cool if we someday have like an army of those underwater ROVs mapping all the oceans. Just have like 100 of them, like thousands of them out there in like a mesh network, and have all of them like 24/7 live streaming information back. It could be all like autonomous and stuff, and like think about how many cool, interesting things. Like there's probably all kinds of weird wrecks and stuff, like like cargo ships and stuff. Like there's all kinds of like there's probably tons of those intermodal containers. When they fall off ships, they just like say, whatever, it's lost forever. There's probably tons of those out there to be found with like cool stuff, like TVs and probably tons of those down there, old shipwrecks. And of course all the wildlife down there. And of course there's the cryptozoology aspect of it. That would be so cool if like the Loch Ness Monster was real and we just, thousands of people looked for it and they didn't find it. And then one day we just found it. We didn't look hard enough. Cool if you could rent one and remote control it live and explore the ocean. Yeah, I mean that would be that'd be killer live stream content. Yeah, if I had more time, I'd work on some projects like that. I mean, I think that would be I think it's actually likely that'll be the future of a lot of content. Will be somehow like you pay money to alter the content in some like shared experience. I think that's kind of where like old school TV is kind of, it's not doing well because it's competing with like, streamers and like real people and stuff like that. And the thing is with content creators is you can actually interact with people, which is exactly what this is. You talk to chat and stuff, whereas with old school TV you don't get that. But I think about like if you set up a live stream in like a company that manufactures stuff. So if you just had like a blacksmith who just sits there all day and he's like playing on his phone waiting for like orders to come in, and then as soon as the order comes in, he just like live streams, making something, and it's made right in front of you, and you can like teach people stuff and you're also marketing sort of the whole experience. glad there was a few real videos like this one. Not 100% sure what you mean by that. I mean, like this live stream. Twitch plays Pokemon yielded some fun results and even discoveries within the old system thanks to crowdsourced input. Yeah, that's the other interesting aspect. And it's interesting now to see like citizen scientists and stuff like that jumping on top of things and like solving problems in real time on like Twitter and stuff. It's quite alone here. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm just reading the history. Yeah, sorry, I just wasn't sure how that connected to the live streaming or the remote ROVs. I'm more awake than everyone around me. That's good, I guess. People are watching me. I'm not. Okay, I guess you weren't talking about the ROVs. Yes, they're harvesting your digital aura for future cash mind games. I mean, I'm sure they are. We're all going to be like replaced by AI. That's I guess a significant concern I have going forward, that we're just going to use like all the data we've produced, like every human output is going to be recorded and then fed into a machine learning algorithm, and then you will no longer be able to work. You will no longer be able to make money from your own human outputs because they'll just be stolen by Google, and then you won't have any rights to it. When can we expect silicon monocrystal pulling live stream? I don't know. That's I mean that is kind of a good idea. I don't really have the equipment to do it for real. No idea what is going on here, but just found you in my recommended page, and I wanted to say I love you, whoever you are. Hope you are happy. Thank you for the kind words. There's an ore pocket. Sander Karamund, you're kind of spamming the chat with nonsense. Your voice was so familiar, but I couldn't recognize it. My favorite Linux command guy. Oh, there you go. That's I guess an amusing. It's an amusing association, because for me, I always know that I am that guy, but to meet someone who knows the Linux command guy, but not me, it's interesting. But I guess I was effective marketing then. Yeah, I guess you probably watched a few of those, and then YouTube decided that it would start recommending the streams for you. Does the block mining simulation game roadmap envision a rewrite in Haskell for maximum visionary points? Probably not. I don't. It's always been on my to-do list to learn Haskell, but at this point, I probably just never will. I kind of like to focus on things that are have lots of utility, and Haskell is quite academic. But in terms of like from a business perspective, I think if you were to ask should your business, if you want to get maximum profit, should you use Haskell or Java? And I think Java is probably a better choice because there's a bigger pool of programmers out there for it. What is happening here exactly? So this right here, I'm playing a terminal-based block mining simulation game that I made, and I'm just doing some play testing. Most of my streams are just I'll play test for an hour and then talk to chat. So today, I'm pretty sure it's fine, but I haven't had any crashes. But I'm working on refactoring how the UI works so that I can support more panels and stuff. I want to add an in-game help menu, and right now the game doesn't really support that. And once the UI refactoring is done, then that will be much easier to add, and I can add new kinds of windows. I could add a crafting window and oh, and the other thing is I also have a Kickstarter going up in the corner. That's actually it's been stuck at. I was quite surprised how fast it got funded, but then after the first day, I got actually I had a couple other pledges and then they canceled, and so it went back down to 152, and I think I've done probably more than 10 streams, and I haven't had a single new contributor. So I guess I need to work harder to market the game. But I guess that's what these streams are for. And of course I need better content because it's kind of boring just watching the exact same replay of mining wooden blocks in the terminal over and over again. sorry, that was the... They must have changed the intercom system. There's when someone buzzes an apartment, so when someone buzzes like one of the related apartments, it activates mine a little bit. It's not as loud, but that's what that sound buzz. Dynamic mechanics to add to the game. I'd like to add lots of mechanics, but I guess it's all about the time required to add the system. I'm going to try to just be add small things over time, and then just focus on like what is the next thing to add to make it a bit more compelling, and hopefully get a few more people to be interested in it, and then I can do more and more sales. The interest on the Kickstarter was not. I was kind of hoping that it might, maybe get like at least a few hundred, if not $1,000 or something. But it didn't quite get there with this one. But we'll see. Once I get like a crafting system in, then maybe I can make a bit more from it and then dedicate more time to it. Interested in financial markets at all? I was an options market maker and now work at Options Clearing Corp. Any interest in other betting games like poker? No, I don't. I don't play any gambling stuff. But that's an interesting career choice, being a market maker. Those are the people that consistently make money in the markets. Yeah, I worked at a company that the company did basically market making for foreign exchange for a bit. I did a co-op there, and that experience kind of made me realize that, like, as a retail investor, you kind of don't stand much of a chance. Reminds me of Conway's Game of Life. Yeah, I was the way I want to build the game. I want to make it like a very very generalized block simulation game. And I was thinking about adding Conway's Game of Life as like once there's actually more interesting stuff that happens in the game, and there's like to get like some background processes running on the server. That's one of the test cases I was thinking about adding, was like a Conway's Game of Life block to the game, and then the demo for it would be you just launch a server background process that looks for those blocks, and then it just implements the Conway's Game of Life in the game. Right now, there's no tick. There's no game tick. So there's lots of stuff that needs to get implemented that's not currently implemented. Is it on your GitHub? Can't find the repo. There should be a link to it in the description. If there isn't, then I think it should go right to the project. I think the name of it is it's like Robert Elder Software Java modules. There's some other Java code that I might publish eventually, so I made it, and I may like link it all up together with the same project, but just to get some initial project out there, I just named it that. So any kind of Java code I'll publish all together there. A little bit like Factorio. Yeah, I think, I mean, honestly, right now, this is not at all like Factorio, because this is almost nothing you can do it. It's just a single key spamming game. But I think the simulation games in general like that are kind of, that's the idea of where I'm heading with this. If I can generate the interest and also revenue, which is key. And maybe something like Minecraft redstone system to implement logic gates and stuff. Yeah, I think the goal of it would be to make it so that blocks are like a very general thing that you can add. So you could even like just go into you can maybe even download like your own custom block type and add it to the game. I mean, I guess probably Minecraft has stuff like that too. I don't know much about Minecraft modding, but I think a good modding system is pretty key for games. I think to generate the interest, and also if you can mod the game easily, it means you can implement new features easily. Yeah, I was thinking if I do implement stuff like logic gates and whatnot, I think I would do it very differently than Minecraft. I mean, I guess you could just have another feature that gives you some kind of equivalent redstone compatibility, but also redstone mechanics change subtly with like different versions and stuff. So it's not a super like a lot of things you build in Minecraft are actually based on bugs in the game, not necessarily like an intended feature. So I think a game that actually had like a more well thought out and formal, like a formal Boolean algebra blocks instead of like metaphorical ones through redstone. But that's an idea for the future. There's some ore. Oh, by the way, how's the audio level? I was messing with some of the buttons on my preamp. I think YouTube might do some like auto level adjustment or something. But back when I was studying electrical engineering at uni, implemented my own Logic 8 simulation program that actually helped me a lot to understand different logic circuits. Yeah, I think audio is great. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft, people have said that, like, I know Microsoft is trying to pitch Minecraft as like an educational game and stuff, but honestly, like, there's really not much educational about Minecraft. Like, it's not really a good substrate. Like, the stuff that's actually implemented in Minecraft is not a great, it's not that educational, but I think like the mechanics of it, like they could easily modify and release a version if it was well thought out enough. It would be very very educational for chemistry. And I mean, it seemed kind of odd to me that, like, adding copper, what did that take, like 10 years to add copper to Minecraft? Like, what a basic, it's supposed to be about mining, but they didn't have copper for like 10 years. So it's, or I don't know if I got that right, but it must be something like that. Because let's see, 2009, when was the release of Minecraft that had copper in it? I, for one, am looking forward to seeing if those Ukrainian mainframe circuits work. Yeah, I haven't had time to mess around with them, but I guess I could probably. I don't have I need like a bench power. I'm not much of an electronics guy, but I need like a bench power supply or something. I don't even have one, but I guess there's. I think I have some kind of like diode tester thing or something. I could probably take like a. If I can figure out what kind of range of voltage those things are expecting, I could just use like a 9-volt battery or something to test it, measure the voltage drops and whatnot. Definitely, maybe a collab. yeah, I guess I could go down that route. I don't know if they would. There's always so many opportunities to like play around with random tech, but there's people would probably question the ROI of such a thing, whether they get anything out of it. Maybe if the video is super viral or something, but it's so far it hasn't been. It's an 8 out of 10. Sorry, was busy. Register to your Kickstarter. I guess. Yeah, I mean, at some point after you make a few videos for fun, you start to like kind of question, like, what is the money investment in making this video, and then what's the money that comes out of it. And if you make a video that only gets like 10,000 views or something, then you're getting what was that? Maybe like $10 or something. But if it takes you like a week to produce, and you have to buy components and stuff, then you know, you're kind of going in the hole. But I guess the way YouTube works is it seems to be it's very much the more content you have, the more people you're pulling into the kind of rabbit hole of your channel. So I find every time I publish a video now, the video itself doesn't make that much money, but it just kind of pulls up the whole channel a bit. In every past video that I made, especially if it's a similar topic, they'll all start to you know, make a few more cents, and then across many videos that actually adds up. And the big channels. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. You mean for like for how much you're making per video? Like Enzo Canal, for example. I'm not familiar with that person, but I know Casey Neistat, the one that started the kind of the initial vlogging style. I think I remember him saying that when he was just doing it for fun, but then he got monetized, and then like the first check came in and it was like 20,000, and then the next was like 30,000, and the next month he made like 80,000 or something. It was just you know, unbelievable amounts of money for him at the time. They're living their best lives in the middle of our country. He's for real, I guess. I'll have to look up that person. I'm not familiar with them. There's a lot of like popular channels now. I mean, there's like, I can't remember what the last number I heard was, but like 100,000 channels or something that have at least 1 million subscribers. 92K is not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, it's getting this subscribers keeps going up, which is promising for the future. It's like I think probably around it's growing at like 5% a month or something. So if that keeps up, then it can. I mean, it's better than my like consulting revenue growth, which has negative growth. What time is it? It is 8:21. Is the world grid of your game unbounded, auto-generated? Yes, it is. It is using a noise function to do procedural terrain generation. The noise generation function that I actually made a custom noise function to produce higher quality noise than Berlin noise, but it's quite slow. So I'm actually kind of thinking about maybe changing it back to, or not back to, but maybe make the noise function selectable. With Berlin noise, you get some repetitions and stuff, which is actually like, if you've ever wondered with some of the really weird terrain generation you get in Minecraft, it's because of the fact that it's the low quality of the noise function. Ever heard of wave function collapse auto generation system? I've heard that term. Off the top of my head, I forget what that is. Might help you at some point if you want to check that out. Auto-generated results were surprising and amazing. Yeah, I think I recall seeing it when I was looking up, just researching on how to do noise functions. I do vaguely recall it being listed as an alternative. Honestly, I was almost thinking about making my own like method of noise generation, because one character, like the reason we use Berlin noise and stuff is because you can basically oh nice, thanks for the channel membership. Yeah, that's the first one of those I've gotten in a while in here. Yeah, the noise function is an important thing in noise functions is the frequency distribution. So if you have like, generally speaking, you want like pure noise. You want it to have like a somewhat either an even distribution of frequencies at all different wavelengths, or sometimes you might want a custom set of frequencies. And there's stuff like Perlin noise, and then there's also even higher dimensional variations of Perlin noise. Like Perlin made his famous Perlin noise, and then he went on to there's a couple like patented noise generation functions, and there are these like super complicated like geometric things to find exactly how to create some like hypercube with a certain number of vertices to like minimize the amount of unwanted frequencies in a certain range and stuff. But I was thinking you could technically do the same thing. The reason you don't just pick random noise, like from something rand, like the rand function, is because the noise has to be smooth and connected, and that's where the frequencies come in. And I was thinking you could actually do like the pointwise noise function with Fourier transforms. So you could generate a large area and then apply a fast Fourier transform filter to smooth it according to a certain filter, and that would increase or decrease the presence of certain frequencies within the noise. But the problem with that is the reason that we don't do that is because that'd be very expensive if you just kind of plug that into a normal terrain generation, because you would end up recalculating the same point like millions of times. However, I think in games that might actually could work, because it's common when you do request a noise, you'll request it at a given coordinate and then work with it. But generally speaking, you're requesting batches of coordinates, and if you use you could use Fourier transforms to accomplish this exact same function. And furthermore, instead of like thinking really hard about what kind of frequency distribution the your given algorithm, your Perlin noise, or this that weird hypercube method of finding the vertices in the noise generation, you could just like specify what frequency distribution of noise, and then it would just calculate it and give you exactly. But it's one more idea I have that I don't know if I'll ever get around to it. But yeah, once again, thank you for the channel membership and welcome. I remember a website which provided random number generation API, and its random numbers came from cosmic background noise. Interesting. I guess if you really need to rely on it, though, you have to be careful. Like, who knows? Could be the NSA is feeding those numbers to you. I think you can get like local setups for that. So you can get like true noise, and then I guess if you want to go really hardcore, you can get all kinds of external circuits and components that'll like a rack mounted thing that's like hooked up to some like actual live radioisotope decay, In fact, that might even be what that service uses. I would imagine universities rely on stuff like that. Yeah, I've always known that like actual implementations of like math.rand, I always have known that they're bad implementations. They don't produce good noise, but I had no idea how bad they were until I started actually trying to like build and test the noise function, because the noise they generate, like I thought I had massive bugs in my code or in my terrain generation, because it was like it was so bad, like the whole map was just flat, and I realized it was what was it? I think it was because there was a really high correlation between the numbers. So I think the randomness guarantee was only very good for like the first number after you seed it, and then after that it degrades. But I remember there was just a lot of repetition. Modulaire. What do you mean by that? Making sounds, music with a Euro track, and set them to the ether. All right. I don't know. I thought you were also talking about that. Making sounds, music with Euro track, and set them to the ether. I don't recall talking about that. Do you mean like the noise function stuff? That's quite a fairly different concept. I guess noise. When I say noise, I mean like statistical noise. In like if you take a Fourier transform of something, you'll get a power spectrum. So it'll tell you like how much power there is in the signal at given frequencies. So if you play like a note on a piano, you'll have one peak. If you play like multiple notes on the piano, you'll have two or more peaks. And with noise functions, you want to have smooth noise, where it's locally correlated. Yeah, no worries. It's I think like signal analysis and even like audio file stuff is actually an area of mathematics that's like it's surprisingly common to find like even seasoned experts who will tell you stuff about like, oh yeah, this audio processing, like something Fourier transform, Nyquist sampling criterion, and then they'll say something that's actually wrong, even people who have like worked in the field, because it's you have to have a really good grasp on the math. And I'm not claiming to be an expert at it, but I've just known, like, in researching this, I'll Google something, and then of course you get like really crazy forum posts where people say stuff that's like completely wrong. But yeah, anything to do with signal processing is there's really amazing statements of fact you can make about stuff. Like if you get into actually on my website, I have an article called "How to Multiply Numbers Using Fourier Transforms," and that's probably something you didn't think you could do, but you can do it. And there's also there's a reason you might want to do it, because it is asymptotically faster than the grade school algorithm for really large numbers. And it's like a trick of like a totally different branch of math that people wouldn't expect. And of course, it is Fourier transforms have so many more applications. Actually, if you Veritasium, I think, has a video. I think it's titled like the most important algorithm, and it's on Fourier transforms. And I remember when I saw that, I had actually thought about making the exact same video idea. I thought like the thesis statement is the Fourier transform is like the most important mathematical operation. All right. Well, I think I proved that it didn't crash. So that was another successful testing of the block mining simulation game. I think I'll probably call it a day for this stream. Do you know Mr. Bombal on YouTube? I do not. I'll actually maybe I do. He does like network security and stuff like that? I think I've seen his channel. I don't watch it. Yeah, I've probably seen that if I'm thinking about the right person. But is that a good one? Or you mean Dave Bombal himself and like the quality of his information? I don't know. I watched a couple of videos, and he seems like reasonable stuff. I don't watch him regularly though. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a day for this stream, and as I mentioned before, I'll do the next live stream on Tuesday night. So see you then.